In this video, we are going to talk about trading psychology, all right? So let's explore a crucial concept that often gets overlooked, and that is a mental stop loss. I repeat, a mental stop loss. While physical stop loss orders are vital for managing risk, right? It's very important that we always use some sort of stop loss, right? The mental stop loss can be just as important in helping traders maintain discipline and emotion. So let's dive into this video. This is gonna be a beautiful example, right? Here we are on the live account. We took live real trades today, right? In 6 minutes, made 1,100. Well, by the time you're watching this video, obviously the action already happened, but during this trading session today, I made $1,156. Today I did not use a mental stop loss. Today I used a hard stop loss, right? And the hard stop loss was able to really protect me because of the market moving today, but there are days where I use a mental stop loss, right? So a mental stop loss is an internal guideline, right? Internal guideline that you set for yourself to determine when to exit a trade based on your own risk tolerance and trading strategy. So unlike a physical stop loss, guys, right? Which place with your broker, a mental stop loss is a psychological commitment, right? You have to be committed to cut your loss at a predetermined point. So, for instance, if you sell a currency pair, so in today's case, I sold NAS 100. I put the signal out there for the, obviously I put the signal out there for the group looking to sell at 21.96. So we'll think of this as we'll change this line to a green. So you basically know that the green is obviously the sell line. We're looking to sell, make money on the way down, right? So obviously, in this case, we have a predetermined area that we're looking to exit based on our risk tolerance and our trading strategy. So unlike a physical stop loss order, which is placed with your broker, a mental stop loss is a commitment to cut our losses at a predetermined point. Now, obviously, our stop loss, let's say, is 2217.39. So we know we want to stop out there no matter what, right? We know our entry is 2196.04. Exit is 20,217.39. Now it's a matter of do we put a hard stop or do we put a mental stop, right? So obviously, for instance, obviously we're selling this. We decide beforehand that we want to exit at this price if it chooses push up. Uh, and that's obviously our mental stop loss. Now it serves as a crucial tool to prevent emotional decisions making during stressful trading situations. So today, by the time I'm making this video, it was a very stressful trading day, right? So obviously, I want to discuss, benefits of using, a mental stop loss, and that is obviously, it enhances your discipline, right? So, by having a mental stop loss, it really does enhance your discipline, and you commit to sticking to your trading plan, right? The discipline helps you to avoid temptation to hold on to losing trades, and obviously hope that they will turn around. Emotional control, right? Trading can be highly emotional. It's very emotional, and you know, when we are faced with losses, a mental stop loss helps you obviously maintain clear mindset, obviously reducing the influence of fear or greed, of your decision making, and obviously flexibility. Unlike a physical stop loss, which is fixed, right? A mental stop loss can be adjusted based on changing, the market condition. So, this obviously allows you to react more effectively to, new information with comprising, your overall strategy. So I can't tell you guys how many times where, depending on the day, depending on the market, where, if I had a hard stop, right? So let's say the dotted line is a hard stop, right? Okay. I can't tell you guys how many times where it's hit my hard stop and then automatically just did exactly what I wanted to do. It's like, son of a bitch. If it was a mental stop loss, right, I would have never got triggered. So now I'm down and I have to look to jump back in the trade. But then vice versa, right? If I have a mental stop, then, am I strong enough? Is my brain, that muscle, strong enough to know when to stop out? Okay. So obviously, there's many benefits of, like I said, using a hard stop versus a mental stop. Obviously, the mental stop loss, guys, it has a lot of challenges, right? Again, emotional resistance. It can be really tough, like really, really tough to stick to your mental stop loss when you're faced with losses. To overcome this, you have to remind yourself that your trading plan and the importance of risk management, right? What was the plan to begin with? Okay, so in this case, if you had a mental stop at 20, the yellow dotted line, let's say you're in a trade, it comes down, hits take profit one, take profit two, take profit three, right? You better make sure you're taking profit or scaling out of this trade, right? Because if it starts to push up and you're like, oh my God, like, do you have the mental strength to close out that trade? Or are you, like I said, do you have the strength to close out the trade, or are you going to pause and be like, what do I do? And then all of a sudden it pushes up higher, and it pushes up higher, and it pushes up higher. The next thing you know, you went from being down. Let's say you're in a trade. Let's say you take, we'll put a pending order out there. Let's say you put a pending order out there to sell, right? A pending order to sell at 2196.49, and you're looking to take profit down here, right? So that's $4,000 in profit, but maybe your stop loss is, $2,000. Okay, this is a perfect example. You're risking $2,000 to make $4,700, but you're not putting a hard stop, you're using a mental stop. Now, again, is your brain strong enough? See, with me, my brain is strong enough because I've built up that muscle strength, right? How do you build up muscle strength, right? It's just like going to the gym and working out your muscle in your biceps, your triceps. You lift more weight. Well, with trading, you have to absorb more knowledge and learn more. So the more you learn this, the more you do this, right? And the more you kind of see what's going on with the market, and charts and setups, you can kind of build that strength up a little bit to be like, all right, well, I don't want them to sometimes stop me out. I kind of want to know, like, okay, this is the area I'm looking to stop out at, right? So this rectangle here that I'm basically going to change to yellow, I'm going to basically change this to the background. Let's go like that. I know that this area is where I'm going to look to stop out. It could be anywhere from $2,000 stop loss to basically 2,500. You basically have a buffer between 1,800 to 2,500. Like, this is my buffer right here. I'm looking to kind of stop out at, because if it breaks over this resistance area, it can really, really keep going. Where it puts me, if I'm not mentally strong enough, right, then it's like I could be looking at a $7,000 loss, and there's absolutely no way you want to do that. So, again, mental stop loss is something good that eventually, in time, you as a successful trader will reach that area. But in the meantime, I strongly recommend using a hard stop and actually placing a fixed stop loss there, so it automatically does the legwork for you. Now, again, over time, you may feel tempted to adjust. With a stop loss, obviously you need to have discipline. It's a lot of discipline, and again, as I mentioned, it's about second guessing. So traders often second guess their mental stop loss levels, which can lead to obviously holding onto a losing trade. And the last thing you want to do is hold onto a losing trade. So obviously, it's just better to have a fixed stop loss. In time, you can start to apply a mental stop loss, but like anything else, start doing it with smaller position size to build up that muscle strength, right? So, mental stop loss, guys, is obviously an essential tool for maintaining discipline and emotion. That is the biggest thing with as us being traders, is that we need to build up that discipline and that emotional control in trading, right? So obviously physical stop loss orders are there to really help you manage your mindset and decision making process. So as we continue as traders to develop, our trading skills, it does take time to establish a mental stop loss for each trade. Obviously practice makes perfect. Practice setting and sticking to it, and watch how it impacts your trading performance. I guarantee it will impact your trading performance. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you learned about mental stop loss, how I use it, where my head's at. Again, there are days I use a mental stop loss, there are days I use a hard stop loss, but no matter what, anytime a trade goes into profit, I am always going to scale out and always pay myself. So no matter what, a winning trade is always, a win no matter what. That's it for this video. Happy trading.